What a season, everybody! That was a lot of fun, as the Cardinals did indeed win their third consecutive Super Bowl title of the series in a 9-6 game over Miami. We've seen some low-scoring games in the series, but nothing quite like this one. The Cardinals secure a three-peat, hitting 3 field goals and winning with a new quarterback, actually, in Josh Rosen in his return to Arizona. When J-Dub got hurt early in the game and Rosen was playing, I knew that was going to be the story of the entire game. And I wanted to figure out kinda, like, when I title videos, I don't always like to give everything away, but at the same time, I want to give you, like, a pretty key part of the episode. So I got the idea just to put Rosen kinda behind J-Dub in the thumbnail of that last one as a little hint. I don't try to do a lot of spoilers, though, in my titles and stuff like that, so if there's one that seems spoilery, it's probably something that's going to happen so early in the video it doesn't spoil it, because 90% is going to happen after that event. But hope you guys had a good time with the Super Bowl. We got the win, 4 rings now in the series, but are we done? Of course not. How much fun was that? Why would I want to be done just because we have 4 rings? I'll spend all the skill points now. Marcus Sullivan has earned 1. He gets an awareness and finesse rush boost, and he is set to hit the open market. Before we get to re-signing and all the off-season fun, here are the career stats for our team. J.W. Unger now closing in on 30,000 career passing yards. Everett McKay, not yet retired. He'll continue playing, not sure where, in the air. Wow, really high numbers here for Earl Zoe Hollier, our current leader in all major categories. Bradley Young, 30 touchdowns. Kitchens, 31 on like 150 less catches and less than half the yards. Turner Dye, 5 Super Bowl rings in the series, 3 with us, 2 elsewhere. Aaron Howell, 29 interceptions. Here are the career highs, or the career leaders for the entire league, by the way. Always fun to take a look at this deep into the series. Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson. Those might be the only real-life quarterbacks remaining. Everett McKay and Jason Lemon are the leading running backs from the series. Bennett Wilkins is there as well. Jarek Payne has over 100 receiving touchdowns in his career. That's really impressive. How many players have done that? In real life, this would be 9th all-time, behind only Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Chris Carter, Marvin Harrison, Larry Fitzgerald, Antonio Gates, and Tony Gonzalez. Pretty awesome. Lyndon Bordano has 63 and 800 plus catches. Chantrell Patrick was once the highest rated receiver in our league, right? Wasn't he? I know the Lions had somebody who was super highly rated. Maybe it was Chantrell Patrick. Let's see if he was a first round pick. Never had a 1,000-yard season, so maybe it was another receiver for Detroit. He was the 5th overall selection, though, back in 2020. Oh, that's right. Joseph Fisher. I believe it was him, and he's still a 90. Okay, that answers that. But I'm excited to see what happens now this offseason. Everyone is fun for different reasons. I just love seeing the player movement and some of the players that we're able to bring in. Let's see forced fumbles, and then we'll get on to the fun stuff. 9. Not very high. So let's take a look at our free agents here. Miles Bailey, Ricky Rackley, a lot of one-year deals from a year ago. And then the big names here. Some key starters, including Howard Iwabima. We're going to have to franchise tag him if we're going to keep him at all, which would cost $15.6 million. That has got to be the greatest Super Bowl I've ever seen. Yeah, me too. It was awesome. Everyone was definitely entertained. Overall, I haven't seen enough from Marcus Sullivan to give him a long-term deal, so I'm going to let him hit the open market. Roman Gordon was named the Super Bowl MVP, but I don't know if he'll be returning. I want Frank McFadden to continue playing. Rashon Baker might be able to take over a starting job next year, or we could look at signing somebody else. And if we can afford Howard Iwabima, which we should be able to, then I would like to have him return as well. I'll be withdrawing a lot of these offers here right away, and we'll revisit some of these players on the open market. Wow, McKay's regression, 65 overall? What happened? Lost a 10 to break tackle, lost a 7 to trucking. Wow, Madden, that's pretty mean. Overall, we have enough cap space, I think, to make this deal for Gordon, so 1 year, $5 million is not too much. He will stay after all. Here's a look at the regression, by the way. A nice menu here I should check after every season. Aaron Howell lost a total of 8 points. Nothing too major when it's spread out like that. Iwabima, he'll still be fine. Devin Brasile, that one is not very good. Lost a 3 to strength, pass block, lost a 14 overall. Wow, Holiday lost 22. Didn't realize it was in order here. It's gonna get worse. Turner Dye lost 23. Oh, Chambers lost 5. Earls O'Hollier 28. Not sure what determines how much players regress, but some of these were pretty steep. This is a reasonable deal, I think, for Lang, but I'm not going to make it just because I can find other 80 overall guards, and I have one on the roster that's a 77 overall. I'd be comfortable playing. I want to have some money saved at certain spots, and our 5th best O-lineman is probably going to be one of those spots. But with that money, we're going to use it partially to franchise tag Howard Iwabima to keep him a Cardinal. All right, everybody, how's the open market look this season? $14 million in cap space. Let me just take a look at our cap situation before we get too far into this. Obviously, Turner Dye is somebody I would like to trade. We don't have a ton of cap room right now, but I'd still like to potentially open up more and start some younger tackles. Turner Dye, add to trade block. Unger's entering the last year of his deal, though. Wallace still has 2 left. I think he'll be able to play through this entire contract, and he's only going to have to really... Oh, I guess he did regress a little bit, but not in a significant way. All right, who's out there? What can potentially happen this year? The number 1 player is Jared Goff, and nobody's over an 85 overall. I don't think free agency is ever going to be interesting in this series, but it's still been a fun series regardless, and hopefully in the next series I do, free agency is a larger part of the experience. Long Badham OC is going to get a huge deal from Miami because they always give out huge deals. Marcus Sullivan's going to get paid. There's a nice battle there with a few different teams. Jason Lemon is down to an 82 overall, and I am open to bringing him back to Arizona, although it's going to be on a very cheap deal. Remember, we do have 2 first-round picks again this season after the Lemon trade gave us the first-round pick from Tennessee. So number 20 and number 32 could be part of a package to move up. We have 5 picks in the top 100 and some extras here in the middle of the draft. Overall, looking at our roster, we do need running back depth, so definitely expect me to add at least 1, most likely 2 or 3. I would look at probably adding a guard potentially, just as some depth. I think that we'll probably get younger at the tackle spot. I want Tyree Stevenson to have a chance to start with hopefully a rookie that can compete as well for that right end job. Maybe draft a safety or a corner. Not going to do much in stage 1 of free agency. Let's get to number 2, see if we get any trade offers for Turner Dye. And wow, Jason Lemon accepted a 41-point bid after round 1. He missed us here in Arizona, and Lemon has returned. Unfortunately, he wasn't here for another Super Bowl title, but he's back, and he is not wearing number 34. I don't know how his number 23 was taken, but I will definitely fix that. There we go, number 23 back for Jason Lemon, and here's the deal I signed him to. Again, 41 points was the bid. That's it. And it was a 2-year contract with a very small salary, but a decent signing bonus. So the cap number stays low, and he'll be here for a couple more seasons. I did think about offering to these other running backs, but they eventually did get some high bids, and I'm surprised that Lemon didn't get much interest if Jacobs and Ware did, but it looks like they're going to get what they wanted and then some. Alright, to the next stage. Free agency going by pretty quick in this episode. I want to get to the draft and take a look at some prospects that we can try trading up for. Wow, I have another low deal that was signed. Haynes Robinson. He is a defensive end. I just wanted to add some depth here, and he's a power rusher. Most of the rushers I get are speed rushers, but not Robinson. 78 overall, 84 power, 89 strength, and a few sacks here and there throughout his career. Just some good depth. Now we have some trade offers here in stage 4 of free agency. Turner Dye could be on the move. Wow. Okay, one offer, no pick. I can't even break down the trade from this menu, but I wanted picks. We have some key contracts to take care of this coming off season, and while Turner Dye only has 1 year left on his deal, I want to prepare for the future with our young tackles we've already drafted. I'm pretty happy with that. We trade Turner Dye instead for a 3rd round pick, and obviously you haven't seen me make many signings in this off season. I'm going to try and fill up a lot of our depth with rookies so that we can save a little bit more money, because we have a lot of key free agents this coming off season, and basically our 2 most important players are up: Ahmad Burns and J.W. Unger. It's sort of by overall right here, and they're going to be very expensive players. At the same time, we have to deal with rising cap numbers for Bradley Young, Roy Marpet, and others. So this is me trying to protect our roster as much as possible. Overall, I would definitely like to move up. We now have 2 1s, 3 3s, 2 4s, and I'm willing to package up basically any combination of picks. I think that it would be worth it to look at maybe trading up for a high-end tackle, but it's a bad tackle class. No 1st rounder at left tackle. I would only draft one of these players if they were really, really good, because we've spent so many picks on tackles already. So I'd have to be really impressed, and so far, not really. But if we want to move up and make an impact, I think the best way to do it is by taking someone like Long Grove, a defensive back, and there are multiple defensive backs we could look at here. Grove, though, from Louisville, dominated the combine. He's strong, agile, blazing fast, has excellent cover skills. He's a can't-miss corner, but he'll go fast. I also think we could look at Harmon, who has hybrid safety skills. He's only 21, and he also tore up the combine. Cedric Phillips would fit our scheme perfectly. His combine, not as good, but not a deal breaker. 4-5, I will draft 4-5 corners, no problem. And he fits, obviously, with the zone archetype. There's even Dawson Andrews, another corner who would be a great fit for us. We're definitely going to look at taking a corner early. There are some guards, but I like our guard situation. There's even Marcus Savage. We could look at taking him. Plenty of choices here. I think my favorite, though, if I could have any of these players, I think I'd like Harmon. Safety is becoming one of the weaker positions on our roster, and Harmon's got some rare skills for the position, plus B- catching. I'd like to see some takeaways. He's only 21, but I will try to make a push for Long Grove as well. And I'm hoping we can find a good backup quarterback for cheap with like a 3rd round pick. That's when they begin to go. And notice, this is on accident, but it actually works out perfectly. In the 3rd round, quarterbacks begin to go. because there's too many in our league that are good, so they wait around a while before they're picked. But we have the first pick of the 3rd round. I don't want to trade that pick because I want to use it to take a quarterback. We made exactly 2 signings in free agency, but here are the big ones, as Jared Goff will now be a Baltimore Raven. The Rams are going to finally move on at quarterback this year. Long Batamosi gets a nice deal from the Dolphins, 130 points. Always bidding against themselves. Harmon Jacobs, 40 over 5. That's a win at running back. Marcus Sullivan will join him with a $24 million 3-year deal. Lamar Jackson will be headed to New York. I wonder if that is even to start. Coleman got a nice deal. Barry Walker, not bad. But without high-rated players, we don't see too many fun deals here. Sterling Lang, though, got a good contract from the Titans. I just didn't want to pay it. Whoa, Rashawn Holloman, 44.5 over 4. I got to know who his agent is. Anthony Brinker got a 4-year deal from the Rams, so we'll definitely see him again. All right, everybody, it's time to begin the 2032 NFL Draft, and I am very excited for this one. And I'm wondering if the Rams would actually be in position to take a quarterback early. I just really want to check on their situation. They only have 1 quarterback on the roster, and I'm really surprised they didn't target Carson Wentz in free agency. I guess they could try signing him when the new year starts, but they're probably going to take someone today. So let's continue. Long Grove went number 1. A corner went number 1. I love it. So I was never getting Long Grove. Jimmy Office off the board, just 76 overall. Harmon goes number 3. I've done it again, I guess. I thought those guys were like a lot more down the board, but I guess quarterbacks up here don't matter early on in these drafts. Running back, wow. Harmon's already taken at 3. I probably could have gotten up. I should also consider what we could do with somebody like Tremaine Wagner, because if we were able to replace Iwabima, that would save more money for the future, and he's only playing on the franchise tag right now. By the way, I'm not sure I could have even gotten up high enough to make that pick. This is packaging 2 1s for the 4, and not even throwing the 2 in here would get it done. I don't think it would be even out of the red yet. But here's the 3-pick package for number 4. Not even close. So I don't think there was any chance of me getting Harmon anyway. And that's exactly who I was going to take, Tremaine Wagner. All right, let's get past the top 5. Vikings take Morris Clear. I've traded up to 6 before, but do I need to now with those top targets off the board? There are a few different corners that I like, and maybe I could even get one without trading up. I'd love to get a safety. Top guy is gone. There's still a first rounder, though, in Joseph Collins from Tennessee. I just don't like not knowing his coverage skills. Plus, he's already 24, so I don't think he's somebody I'd trade up aggressively for. I think my favorite option here would have to be Dawson Andrews. He has B zone coverage, B plus press, better size than Phillips and Savage, and he's only 21 years old. His combine was pretty good. Ran a 4.45. He does have some agility, no major weaknesses, whereas Cedric Phillips did struggle with some of the skills, plus he's slower. And then there's Marcus Savage, who's a solid prospect. Like, any one of these 3 would work, but I like Dawson Andrews the most. My strategy here is that I'm not going to trade up quite yet, because even if I can still take a good corner if he's off the board, and there it happens again. I didn't think it would. It's not that they're ruining my plans, it's just that they're surprising me. They're really making me angry now. San Francisco, I don't trade with division rivals this early in the draft. Morgan Vaughn. The league is tired of our 3-peat run, and now they know exactly what I want to do, and they're going to do everything to ruin our draft plans. So Marcus Savage, you are the new target, and I am ready to make you a Cardinal. 2 threes, I thought was fair. Corner isn't among their top needs, so we're gonna back out of this actually. And then we have to skip past Seattle's pick. There goes Savage anyway! This couldn't be unfolding in any worse fashion. What are you guys doing over here? Come on! I don't think I've been playing this with actually a bad process. I think I'm just getting ridiculously unlucky that only defensive backs are going off the board. And I guess a couple receivers. But come on, I had like 5 guys I was targeting. They're all gone. And when the number 1 corner went number 1, I should have known this was going to happen. There's an 81 overall linebacker, Kevin Wells, to Seattle. I can't believe this. Now at corner, there is a steep drop-off. There were some overrated prospects, and then we have to get into the middle of the draft before we find more that I really liked. Should have finished the scouting here on Charles Hogan, but he didn't run a fast 40 anyway. I'll still keep him on the board just in case. But outside of Damon James and Femi Wagner, I don't know that I'm taking a corner now. I don't think I want to trade up now. I just don't think it's worth it. If someone's there at my pick that I like, then I'll draft them, but I might just trade out of this entirely. Dylan Herring. There is the new franchise quarterback to be of the Rams. Jamal Minter to the Browns. Joseph Collins is off the board, and I was thinking about taking him. So I'll have to check out that. But man, this draft is not fun. I'm just going to take the best player here among the first round prospects that I think is left. Guard Malcolm Hogan's. A 78 overall. Don't even tell me I reached. Okay, I don't want to hear it right now. Quick development though. So a decent start, but not at a major position of need. There are a fair amount of mid-70s players going off the board too, so this does not seem to be a stacked class. It was a stacked defensive back class at the top, and there are some good receivers. Another position that is not a high need for us. I like the receivers we have a lot. I wouldn't mind adding one, but I don't think I need to add one very early in this draft. I still want to develop Spencer and Gutierrez, so whomever gets drafted is not going to get a bunch of touches or anything. We're going to make a deal with New Orleans. We're going to fall to pick 57 in the second round and pick up their third and not select here at pick number 32. The Saints trade up to take Bronson Wolf, a defensive end. I do have a player in mind with my next pick, but I'm not going to show you because the game will somehow give them to the Cowboys or something in a few picks. Oh man, I pick at pick 25 though. It's going to be a tough wait to get there. There's Damon James. He was not the target, but he would have been a fine pick, but we have corners in that overall tier still. This is getting close, so I end up making a trade here. Maybe it wasn't good that I traded out of 32, but I just want to take the player now before he goes off the board. So this could actually be really good and save the class. There's a defensive end here that is very good, a third round prospect. Where is he? There he is. He plays defensive end. He can in our scheme. He's listed as an outside linebacker. AJ White from Wisconsin is 22 years old. Very strong, very big hitter, and a lot of power movability there. AJ White. He's the pick. And 80 overall, number 9 in true talent. There's a big pickup for our defense. Pass rusher was something else to consider. And I'd say with this skill set, it's likely he'll have a chance to be the starter as a rookie. I just really wish I could have gotten one of those defensive backs. And there were so many choices. And just the speed at which they came off the board was obnoxious. I have never seen that happen. I've talked about players and then watched them get drafted, and yeah, that's annoying. But to have it happen that many times, come on, game. Why do you gotta do that to me? Now we got back-to-back picks. We're gonna use this pick actually to take the fastest wide receiver in this draft class. He's a 21-year-old deep threat. Welcome to Arizona. Staley Moody, the wide receiver. I found the pronunciation, by the way, in some 2008 Wisconsin Badgers pronunciation guide. So you can let me know if there's a different pronunciation I should be using. But he's the pick, and Moody is 43 in true talent. And he's got 96 speed. That's the kind of receiver I wanted to add this offseason. Welcome to the team. And now at pick 1 of round 3, I'm definitely going to be taking a quarterback, a backup for J.W. Unger. These quarterbacks are all very good, and I tend to go after the quarterbacks that have 2 accuracies in their top 3 skills. We're going to be selecting Justin Olivia as our backup passer. And he's a 79 overall with quick development. Solid 91 throw power, good accuracies, and he'll be our backup for the next 4 years. Now will the quarterbacks begin to go off the board? There's Chase Michael. 1 more to go. And Pierce Holloway is a 78, not bad. We don't pick again until the 25th selection of the round. And Nolan Davison will be going to Dallas. Next, we're going to select Perry McClover, who has some really good run defending skills, but he's going to be pretty slow. I'm hoping that he's at least like a 78. I just need a third linebacker on the team, a run-stopping backup. McClover is the pick, 75 overall. And the speed is 72. Wow, a lot lower than I expected, but I don't think it'll impact much. With this next selection, I'm planning to go a little outside the box for the 3rd round. Might be a little early to consider this, but he's a 4th round prospect at a position that normally doesn't get much attention. It is fullback. And we're going to select Rashon Briggs. He's got a great athletic profile, and I'd love to bring him into our team. Briggs is the pick, and he's a 74 overall utility fullback. Briggs has 84 speed, 77 strength, 74 lead block. There we go. We're not going to play just our 3rd tight end at fullback this year. Now, I don't have any running backs on my board. I don't think this was the best running back class. I scouted quite a few, but it was strong at the top, and then there wasn't a lot of talent that I liked. So I might not be drafting one after all. Overall, this skill set for Orleans Bruton is solid, and if we draft him, I think that our wide receiver depth will be really, really strong, and he's one of the better values left. So Bruton is the selection, and he's a 74 overall, another good value. He's 22 years old. The speed is nothing incredible, but he runs good routes and should be reliable if asked to play. Next, we're going to take Curry Jasper and continue to build up our defensive end depth. Oh, star development out of nowhere! Star dev 72 overall. I don't think normally that happens. Like, if he's going to have star development, you'd think the overall would be higher. What a find late. Curry Jasper. We've now added 2 promising young edge pass rushers in this draft. Jasper needs dev, but with star development, he'll get it. Wow, this is turning out pretty well after missing out on like 5 or 6 defensive backs. Alright, I traded away 2 of our late picks for future picks like I often do, but now we have the Mr. Irrelevant selection again. I'm going to be ending up taking somebody that I have not scouted, but I'm going to take a running back here. I want to find somebody who at least has the combine skills that I'm looking for, It could be Taven Hunter here with 4.51 speed. Not a horrible combine, just not really great either. Mathis has a bit more speed here. Let's select Mathis here, out of Harvard. Don't know his ratings, I forgot about this part. But overall, I think I managed to do something with this draft. It just really did not unfold good for us early on. And I think at our most important needs, I don't think we really addressed them that well. Now, getting the pass rusher help is going to be awesome for the future of the series, but I would have liked to get a difference maker in the secondary because outside of Aaron Howell, no one there is an impact player right now. So that's a big miss. And by the way, Mathis is a 63 overall, so not sure he would make the team. I'll probably sign another running back, maybe a veteran. But overall, I thought this was a decent class. We managed to get 2 good pass rushers. One was star development. Got some guard depth, a backup quarterback. I did what I could. The Jaguars took Joseph Collins, who was, I think, the last player remaining out of the defensive backs I was targeting. He has quick dev, he's an 81 overall, and he's got very good speed. Just got to get that zone coverage up a little bit, which shouldn't be too tough, but he's a very good safety. Overall, Long Grove was the best player in the draft and did go number 1 overall. There were a handful of players who were in the 80s for overall, but it seemed like all the really good talent was gone by the end of the first round. Long Grove has quick development. He's 21 years old and has 97 speed. Wow. Harmon. I really thought we'd be able to make a move to get him star development. No. Man, why'd he go number 3? He was a mid-round prospect. But then I thought, oh, maybe Tremaine Wagner will get maybe Howard Iwabima insurance. He goes next to the Bills, 21 years old, very strong, versatile. But the Vikings decided that they were going to reward my Viking fandom by not taking a player I wanted. But they did take a player who has the highest speed I've seen in this game, period. I'm not sure I've seen anybody with more than 97. Morris Clear has 98. Good luck covering him. I thought maybe Dawson Andrews would be a great addition at corner. Quick dev, again, 81 man, 84 zone. Who's next? Oh, just Cedric Phillips. I thought quick development, 87 zone, 90 speed would have been great. Then San Francisco took a receiver. We're going to have to cover Morgan Vaughn with a cornerback that is now aging in Aaron Howell. And then there's some depth behind him that has some promise, but not the same level of talent. And then Marcus Savage, also quick development. Thanks, guys. Overall, I still like the roster. I just wish we would have been able to have some more players in position to take over jobs in the future, or even on day 1. I would have loved to add Harmon and let him start at strong safety over Corey Holiday and then look to dump his salary. But that's not going to be happening. But overall, we should still be in good shape to compete once again. And I'm looking to add a running back in Willis Mitchell, one of the better power backs on the open market. Mitchell hasn't gotten much playing time in his career, but he'll be our power back here in Arizona. Wish we could see more of the team history and everything. I'd love for that to be a future feature. So that, everybody, is going to end this episode. What did you think of the offseason? Let me know how I should have traded up and saw all that coming. Overall, still managed to have a pretty fun offseason and draft. Hope you're excited for the future of this series, as now we try to make it a 4-peat with the Arizona Cardinals. And you can tell, based on the way the draft unfolded, everybody's coming after us this time. I'll see you guys again soon with more Cardinals Rebuild franchise. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.